Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Coinsmith. I wanted to do a video on a few things that I did early on and just recently. Hopefully, I can show you through my faults. You will avoid these. Some can be very costly and cause a lot of issues when you're getting into and starting with cryptocurrency. First, I have to do a little housekeeping, so I got to get this out of the way. I am not a financial advisor. Please do not use any information from this channel for financial advice. Only use it for informational and educational purposes. Okay. Getting a little better at that, folks. Watching some of my earlier segments that I did, I kind of butchered that. I butchered names. I have a little issue sometimes speaking, getting some words out too. Be getting some work done over the weekend coming up. I have to get some root canal work, and oh joy, I'm just not looking forward to it. But I am going to go under for that. That's for sure. But anyway, I want to go over a few things that happened to me. Hopefully, this will never happen to you. And if it does, you'll remember Coinsmith, told you, yeah, he got involved with that almost, or he almost lost a lot of money, or he actually did lose some money. The first one is, here's a just happened to me. And I preach never to give out your private address. And it's a funny little story, quick story that happened to me about 3 Card Money in New York City. I was walking down the street with my best friend, and I said, when you come up on these guys with 3 Card Money, they have this table, it's a card game, don't get involved. It's a scam, blah, blah, blah. Told him exactly what happened. So, of course, right by the Empire State Building, there's a guy set up with a card table, and he calls me over. So, in that little crowd, there's a couple of people that are shills. There's, they're plants. And I said, "What's this?" And so the guy, they start out, they give you a free chance to find out where the card is. So they have cards that are bent. They have one card that is either a face card or a joker or whatever, and the other two are two different cards. You have to find that one card that's either the plant card, the joker, or whatever. So anyway, he starts going, flipping the cards, and he's doing it fairly slow, and I'm able to pick out where it is, and then he amps the whole thing up, and for some reason, I have no idea why. I just let my guard down. I ended up putting a $20 bill out, and next thing I knew, the cops were coming from all different directions, and the guy picked up the table and ran, and I'm running after him with my friend to try to get my money back. Thank God we never caught him. We probably would have gotten beat to hell and either that or arrested. But what the moral of the story is, I almost got scammed online for help with Tron coin that I have. It's another coin or currency that I'll be featuring, and I was using their app, Tron Link, and that was linked to my wallet, Tron Wallet, on the Tron Scan network. They have their own mainnet, and for some reason something wasn't linking up correctly, and I went into a chat. And I wrote, hey, if anyone's having this issue, could you please help me out, or please direct me? And all of a sudden, I get this little pop-up screen, and it pops up with the Tron logo, with a person's name, Manish. And it said, "Hi, I'm here to help you. I'm with the Tron Support Network." And I said, "Oh, wow, that's cool." I'm looking at the, logo, and I'm saying, "Oh, it's got to be from Tron, right?" They're either trolling this or looking, to see people who have issues. So the guy says, "Send me your email, and I'll correspond back to you or whatever." So I did, and I go into my email, and lo and behold, he asked for my public address, which is fine to give out, and I gave them the public address. But for some reason, I transposed a number, and I did that by accident. And he wrote back, hey, are you sure that this is correct? And I wrote, oh, no, this is the correct one. And he says, okay, give me XYZ. And part of the XYZ he wanted was my private address for authentication purposes, in parentheses. So as I'm typing out everything, I come to that and I stop, and I was, wow, that's interesting. No one has ever asked me for this before. I don't know about that, even though everything looked legit. So I went on to another screen, and I pulled up and went to the Tron website, and I pulled up help, and lo and behold, some other guy comes up. I know now I'm on their system. He goes, no, that guy's a liar. It's a scam, you know. So I eventually got back to that helpline that he was on, or that false line, and gave him told him what I thought of him in so many words. But I almost fell for, you know, what I preach not to do, because everything looked normal. But no one ever asked for your private address or that secret key that we were talking about before on one of my other segments that I did on Cardano. Don't ever give that out, ever, never, because once you do, they will have access to your wallet or whatever that's linked to, and your funds are gone faster than you can, you know, say boo. So that's one. Another problem that I recently ran into, and I ended up losing all of the cryptocurrency that I had in this particular holdings, was with VeChain. Now, I had purchased VeChain, and it was on my Binance account. And I also preach to you all, if you don't hold it, you physically don't hold it or have it, you don't own it. So I was in the process of cleaning out some of my, and I had 4 or 5 different exchanges, and I was cleaning up these exchanges because sometimes you just don't know where to put these coins. You know, you can't find their wallets, or the mechanical devices that you have don't support that, you know, particular coin. I just got the Cool wallet, and it's a really neat little device. I also have the Ledger Nano S. The Cool wallet was able to hold VeChain. So I thought, okay, when you have to go in to create the coins that you want to hold on that device, it does assign your, well, it has a private key, but and you can't get at that because it's stored on the card, not like other devices. You cannot get at this. It's encrypted. Your public address is what you want, so you're able to receive funds, or send, you know, receive funds to you. You can see. So that's the one I needed. So I went on to the exchange, pulled up my account, put in my public address, send those funds to this address, which was the Cool wallet address. Everything goes through. No update, or update, but no coins. Day 1, update, no coins. Day 2. So I'm saying, I checked everything, lo and behold, everything looked correct, and I was like, I couldn't figure out what I did wrong. What I did do wrong was, even though I was able to create the VeChain address on the Cool wallet, VeChain has since created their own main network. VeChain, the old VeChain, or the first VeChain, was produced under ERC20 platform, which is Ethereum, which means you could store the old VeChain in any Ethereum-based wallet, or that accepts Ethereum. So I sent VeChain, which was converted to VET for VeChain, the new mainnet currency coins, to an ERC20 wallet. Wrong, gone, can never get them back. They're out there in cyber limbo somewhere, in crypto limbo, I'm sorry, somewhere, never to be found again. And I wrote to everyone, and it was my fault, only because I thought, you know, Cool Cool Wallet, when it created that I was okay. But you have to kind of keep up with the coins that you're working with. You should check periodically if they have their own networks that they're on, like Tron does. Okay, Tron has their own mainnet, and all of my holdings are, held. They're not held any other, in any other location. They're secure out there. So that's another faux pas that I did. Another thing that has come up, and it's nothing that I've done. In actuality, it's something that I haven't done that I probably should have done. Should do, is that periodically, when you have these paper wallets or wallets that have to sync up, well, you have to do that every once in a while, because the headers and all of the information that's out there on the blockchain, on that ledger, have to get to your device or your offline wallet to update your transaction. So it's dumping all of that information onto you from the ledger, the main ledger for that, onto your computer. So you can actually send and have it register on the, say, the main ledger, but it'll never update on your computer because you have to update and sync your computer. Well, guess what, folks? If you haven't done that in a long time, you're going to be waiting a long time before that syncs up, because if you look sometimes down at the little scroll button down on the bottom, it'll say 4.5 years of syncing you have to do. And at a couple of blocks of time, days. And the reason why I say that is because if you want to get at your your coins in that wallet, you're not gonna be able to get at them, or if you transfer them, it's not gonna update until that updates and your transaction is registered on your computer. So if you have a lot of offline or wallets that are paper wallets, make sure you check every now and then, have them sync up, because if you want to get rid of them quick, and you got to get at them to get them off and get them onto an exchange, because prices go way up, or prices are going down, or something's going on that you got to just exchange and liquidate those funds. You're going to be up the old creek without a paddle, that's for sure. The other item, and I talked about it on my last video, was mining and contract mining. The old adage, if it sounds too good to be true, then, there's an issue, there's something wrong. Well, that kind of goes for these mining contracts that are out there. Some of the returns that people are being, they're throwing out to people, it just, in your mind, you say, it can't happen. How could you do that and stay in business? At one time, when mining was profitable, even with Bitcoin, you could make a very good return on it was more or less, I hate to say, it was almost kind of like a Ponzi scheme where, say you put $1,300 in, and, each day you're making like 30, 40, 50 bucks. At the end of the month, you add that up. For every single day, it's $1,500. That's $1,500 in 1 month. All right. And if you have a lifetime contract, where are you going with that? Okay. How long could they stay in business doing that? They would have probably been able to, cover, unless they've changed those terms. It would have probably worked if and when Bitcoin really took off. They needed a lot of miners. They had to, because that's the only way Bitcoin comes into existence. And you're paying a heavy fee when you're to the miner when he's doing the calculation, expending his energy to produce your transaction. I was looking at possibly bringing that in-house and doing my own and buying the gear online. But when I started, and there are calculation websites you could go to see, you put in a difficulty range, and you put in all the factors that you need to produce that Bitcoin, and it shows what the ROI is on that. And once you factor in, you know, the energy costs and the equipment costs, those numbers are, and the difficulty factor, those numbers come down pretty quick. I don't know what's going to happen though. It's something. It's something to watch. Don't know what's going to happen if there is a huge bull run on this market, because I will go back to those calculation pages and put in those parameters to see, you know, if it's possible to make money. They do work. Okay, you can make money. I did. Right now, I think I would rather buy and use the money that I have and buy, you know, a cryptocurrency that's under a penny, or, you know, in the cent range. Get a lot of them, hold on to them, rather than, you know, put my money in someone else's control, and you know, they could turn the spigot off like that, and you're going to lose. So those are 4 things that I wanted to get out to everyone, and you know, hopefully, and don't, you know, if you're put your private key information or whatever. I have a safe. Put it on a thumb drive. Do not leave it on your computer. Okay, if the computer goes and you can't retrieve it, that's gone. If someone steals your computer, that's gone. You all know that there's so many things can happen to, you know, the device, like a computer. If you store that type of information, not a good thing. And to think that someone could get into your computer and you not even know it and rummage around in there or take things off. Why would you do that when you might have a couple of $1 million, you know, someday tied up in cryptocurrency that you've worked hard for? We all worked hard for. So with that being said, I want to thank everyone once again for tuning in. If you like what you're seeing, please subscribe. Please hit the like button for this video. Please hit the notification button. I'll be doing more and more. I'll be covering a lot more items and subjects coming up. Going over coins, trying to help people set up if you're new into this, especially if you're a senior who doesn't like technology. If I can help you, I will. I want everyone to prosper. I want everyone to get into this revolution, and let's all make some money. So with that being said, I wanted to thank everyone for tuning in. God bless you all, and God bless the United States.